us right into Battle Network / EXE. It spans 209 episodes and includes one future movie that was released in theaters. The storyline revolves really loosely around the games, to the point that at times the only similarity is the bad guy, which is causing all the problems for the characters such as World 3, Dr. Regal, Nebula Gray, and Duo. The anime began in March 4, 2002 and finally concluded on September 30th, 2006. Unfortunately, the only versions of the anime that were released over here was the first season, then the follow-up season entitled Access. The name was changed from Rockman EXE to Megaman NT Warrior without any real reason why, especially when considering that the games were under the title Battle Network. Unfortunately, the anime was also handled in the same fashion as several other kid-oriented shows, in which scenes were cut or altered, names were changed, all the original music was removed, swords were blurred, and some episodes were missing entirely. But that's what they make fans of for. In any case, the anime mostly proved to be a giant commercial for promoting Battle Network-related products, such as the Battleship Gate toy that never made it over here. Quite often in the series, they also play special codes for you to input into your game and receive special bonuses. Nevertheless, the anime was entertaining and quite successful, proving to be the longest-running series of any other Mega Man franchise on TV. Okay, so that takes us then into the manga for Rockman EXE. Let me get into it here. There we go. I'm trying multitasking here. Okay, so most people are familiar with the NT Warrior manga that was done by the mangaka Ryuusei. All 13 volumes were thankfully released in English and other languages. I think French was released and I think German too. The storyline of these are pretty unique on their own. They deviate from the games a lot. The battle story, there's also another set, and that's called the Battle Story mangas. And they were by a duo of mangakas called Keijima, I wrote it wrong on my sheet. And Asada Miho. It only lasted 4 volumes and features a real chibi style to the artwork. And the storyline doesn't make much sense due to the super fast pace, and lack of an English translation does not help also. The final manga series for EXE was the EXE Siblings Rockman by Kawako Takumi. It is a complete spoof. It really has no relation to the official storyline such as the games. These short stories were included as extras in the Coral magazines, basically. So, yeah. Special.
Is it really a bonus?
Yeah. So, that takes us into Ryuusei no Rock. Which I wish you would look for in the right section. Hold on. Here we go. Okay.
So while the first Star Force game was centered on Geostellar coming out of his isolation and helping others overcome their own loneliness, the anime take on Star Force was much less angsty, perhaps in order to avoid alienating its target audience of grade school youngsters. With each episode at a modest 10 minutes, what is that about? Okay, the anime follows the game's storyline rather closely up until around the middle of the 55 episode run, and motivations of the villains and the supporting cast start changing a bit. And Luna's tsundereness just gets blown out of proportion. Okay, the villains dilly-dallied a bit, like about 10 episodes, before the staff realized that there was a plot to advance, even though the deviation was quite charming. The Tribe series is even more dissimilar to its game counterpart than the first anime series, and was abruptly concluded within 21 episodes, unfortunately, so it seems we won't be seeing any more Star Force anime for a long time. Alright, and now on the mangas. See, in a similar fashion to the Zero franchise, the relatively serious tone of Star Force, now let's remember we're talking about Megaman games here, is completely flipped on its head in favor of the fart jokes, booger-picking aliens, and the usual manga slapstick we've all grown to love in the Star Force manga, authored by Masaya Itagaki. The general premise of Geo grieving over his father's mysterious disappearance in space and his partnership with the mysterious extraterrestrial Omegasis remains intact. However, aside from that and the official cast of characters, the plot has little relation to the games at all. In it, Geo enters the Wave Coliseum tournament in hopes of winning the Star Force with intent to use his mysterious power to bring his father back home. Takamisaki of Battle Network fame made a brief but more faithful foray into the Star Force series, and in order to promote the third game. Unfortunately, not enough chapters were released in Koro to complete a legit, tankobon, and so we won't be seeing that either. Oh, if only, if only!
Geo scares me.
And Kawano Takumi's attempt at Ryuusei no Rockman is pretty much the same thing. He did the expected the EXE one too, so pretty much the same booger picking and fart jokes that we, saw in the other one.
So that's
So attractive.
Okay, so we're gonna do if you did not get do we have the raffle tickets? Who has our raffle tickets? Red. No, Torture's handing out the tickets.
No. Where are you, Red?
Where are you, Red? There she is. She's our magical raffle ticket person. Yay! Okay, so if you did not get a raffle ticket, raise your hand, and Red's gonna come around, hopefully, and give you a ticket. In the meantime, we are gonna do a Q&A for about 5 minutes until all the tickets are out, and then we're gonna start giving away free stuff.
To be honest.
Oh, that's right.
Have people come up. Have people come up and ask questions.
Anyways, who's got a question? Stand up. Okay, how about you, Hero Hat?
It seems like with a lot of the video game companies bring out their mascots of stories and stuff.
I wish I love Megaman Soccer.
Who wants another Megaman Soccer? Okay, once again, Capcom's email address is...
Megaman sports game?
After playing Mega Man Soccer? No.
We got a racing game.
That's right. What's that? Yeah, Battle Chase. Battle Chase. I want to see Mega Man Rugby.
They made an episode of the EXE Academy that seemed so inspired by Mario Kart. I thought for sure we were going to get like a Battle Network kart racer. I'm surprised it never happened. Capcom just left that money sitting on the table.
Actually, if you guys want to ask some questions, please feel welcome to line up at that mic back there, right in the middle of the audience.
We're on the mic.
Maybe I'll keep your hand raised if you don't have your ticket yet.
Yeah, keep your hands up.
But something you can decide just to pop the first.
It takes a while.
Now, we saw Mega Man Zero collection come here. Why have we not seen Mega Man EXE collection come here yet?
That's a good question. Go ahead.
It can still happen, but as we saw with Operate Shooting Star, Capcom of Japan seemed more interested in re-releasing them individually in Japan. And when that didn't go over so hot, we haven't heard anything positive about a US release. So maybe they'll reevaluate how they're going to re-release Game Boy Advance games, but that remains to be seen.
Hey, the mic will get in my way. I'm loud enough without it. As you guys know, Rockman ZX and Zero before that basically took an off-direction continuation from the X series. Which do you think they should continue? Should the Zero and ZX continue doing offshoots of the X series, continuing that, or are you enjoying the Rockman 9 and 10, the remake or continuations of the older ones? If you had to choose one of these directions, would you rather they continue the original series more or the X series more?
I'm all for X. X9.
It's unanimous.
I'm good for X, but I think they've got enough different series right now. They could do a different one each year and keep it from getting stale, rather than 9, 10,
I'm just not.
X9.
You can always release Legends 3. I think a lot of people have these.
Oh, why not? What are your favorite Robot Masters?
Turbo Man.
Springman.
Turbo Man's cool.
Starman. I meant to. Come on.
Here we go. Thank you.
Next.
Alright, he already asked your favorite Robot Master, but mine's different. Out of all the Robot Masters that haven't been chosen as net nabbies, which one would you want to choose? If it'll make you feel any better, if I could choose, mine would be Senator.
I want Splash Woman. I want Splash Woman to be.
Splash Woman.
Yeah.
Splash Woman.
Series lacked robot female masters, so he is for the love.
Turbo Man was just in Battleship Challenge. Does that count?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Nitro Man. Yeah, Nitro Man.
Alright, next. Hi.
That's what killed me if I didn't ask this question. So, what's that anime and manga in the wallpaper?
I'm sorry?
That wallpaper on the background?
Oh, that's Tales of Graces.
Alright, thanks.